Okay, to get the anti-blog. Firstly, what is an anti-blog, and does this make you an anti-blogger?
I don't know if it really makes me an anti-blogger per se. I've always kind of taken a little bit of pride in being, though by reverse psychology of the definition, a bit of conformist, an anti-conformist. Um, Meaning that if something is popular or being pushed upon me with great force, that it's generally viewed with a little bit of disdain by me, which is kind of a stereotypical anti-conformist, which is kind of conforming to anti-conformity. So I realize it's a bit of a paradox there. But when I started doing the blog on Podpocalypse, Sam Proof asked me to be a part of the podcast, and I'm like, well, that's awesome, and I'd really love to be a part of that. But I'm not really your stereotypical blogger. Um, I'm not a big fan of, you know, concepts like grammar and punctuation. And so, as such, it definitely makes it a different kind of read. And I don't know if it's a better kind of read or even a better kind of literature whatsoever, or even literature in the first place. But I've completely lost track of the question here. This is generally what I do, though, with my blog. Is I don't really focus on the thesis or the premise of the topic. I kind of just ramble. So I guess you could call it MGPhenom's sporadic thoughts and train of thought or lack of therein. Um,
It actually
but that
reminds
was
me a
too
little
far
bit.
along of a title.
Sorry, it actually reminds me
No,
a
that's
little
fine.
bit of the Jerry Seinfeld show about nothing concept.
Exactly. That's kind of where it came along. And actually, originally, I was going to make it about the writing of my first screenplay, which I'm calling Antithesis Doom. So I was like, I could call it the anti-blog in or the antithesis blog because I've always been fond of big words. Sounds smart. And antithesis or antithesis or antithesis. That's where it kind of gets into rough ground of deciding how to pronounce big words. But it got shortened down to just being opposed to everything, or just being the anti-conformist blog, and at the same time not really being much of a blog in of itself.